Aye, aye, Mario!
Well, I said, are we ready?
Aye, aye, Mario!
Hey, you know what? I'm not feeling it anymore. Let's go for a swim. No time for a swim, Mario. We gotta finish up this project. We're almost done. Alright. I guess it's just my job after all. Anyway, welcome everyone to welcome to my final part on pretty much playing Super Mario 64 on the original 64 for the Super Retro Brothers gaming channel. Pretty much I'm Zecoa Diesel, and as always I'm here with my good friend and co-host
Bonnie, also known as Ultipot7, and I can finally relax, and I can just watch you and relax as you play this game at last.
Pretty much, yes. So pretty much yes. If you guys have seen the last two parts and everything, Bonnie has already finished up his Let's Play on Mario 64 for the DS version and such. So all that's left to do is for me to get the last 12 remaining stars on the N64 version, and pretty much defeat not just Joseph Goldberg Bowser anymore, but now we're calling him Lennon Bowser.
Lennon.
Yeah. So pretty much last time that we left off, I basically completed all the stars in Tiny Huge Island and everything, and got 4 out of the 7 stars in Tick-Tock Clock. So pretty much the only stars we have left to go is just these 3 stars right in here, as well as like one more course over there, and then one more secret star over there. Yeah, right over there. And then pretty much, as we take a look up these stairs, this is where the final Bowser fight will take place.
Ooh,
you did that on purpose, baby. Anyway, alright, so pretty much we only have about 3 more stars left to go on Tick-Tock Clock, and for this one, I'm gonna go ahead and have the clock go fast for this one. Because today we are doing time jump on moving bars. So pretty much the star's not all too hard to do and everything. It's not even too far. It's not even too far to get and such. So pretty much as long as I can try to keep my cool and everything, then we should be able to beat this game just fine and such. Now I will admit, depending on how this course and the very last course is going to treat us and everything, especially with the last 2 secret stars and such, pretty much I'm also prepared to basically split my recording session up into 2 parts and everything. Because if you guys had saw the last episode, or at least the last part on my episode of Mario 64, it was definitely a long one. But thankfully, as Barney said, surprisingly, me and him had a lot of commentary to offer on that part and such.
A lot, yeah, and honestly, let's hope for the same on this one.
Pretty much, I'm sure, it's probably gonna happen and everything, pretty much of anything, pretty much if I somehow do struggle in, any of these courses and such, I'm sure, we'll probably talk about, any future games that we have planned for the gaming channel, or maybe even just give, pretty much, short little sneak peek on, what our final thoughts on, Mario 64 might be, right before we get to the final fight and such.
Alright, well, you guys already saw my final thoughts on 64 DS, but I'm gonna wait till we finish this. In the meantime, I'm just gonna say that, unfortunately my phone actually started having problems today, and I'm gonna get it replaced tomorrow.
Yes, that's true and such. And pretty much... Alright, well, thankfully I survived that one. Pretty much, Barney did let me know that, this morning and everything, that, he was having a little bit of phone issues and such.
Guess my phone doesn't charge it. There we go.
Alright, we'll go over here. Hopefully the past one won't trip me up too much. Shouldn't be able to.
Well, in terms of what's next for the channel, because this is the final part, I guess we can give it... Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. You ready?
Yep, there we go. Alright. Okay, now for this last one, I definitely recommend stopping time for this one. You definitely need... you definitely would need to stop time for this one. Because... as we get up here... and right on the 12. 8 red coins, and pretty much even the title give it away, what you're supposed to do. Stop time for 8 red coins, and literally you do want to stop time, because all 8 of these red coins are right here on these, little flippers and such, or at least, little, wind-up stuff. And, I mean, pretty much, you could still, do the 8 red coin missions, if you're feeling, if you're feeling, taking an extra challenge and, doing them pretty much while the flippers are moving, so, if you want to do that, you could. But pretty much, for me and everything, and, definitely to at least like keep the recording session from being like too long. I'm definitely gonna be using the stop method for this one.
Alright, there we go.
And pretty much like you can easily see how easy that was when you had the time stop.
Much easier. Oh man.
Yes.
But anyway, in terms of the next games that we have in mind for the channel, well, the next one I have in mind, at least on my end, is another N64 game actually.
Yes. And at least one on my end is going to be a Game Boy game actually. And believe it or not, Barney has actually helped me out with this Game Boy game in particular and everything. And I'm so excited to see. I'm so excited to actually like put that like I guess you could say a little test. Basically like I guess it's like a test or a hypothesis and such like into action as well too. Once we get to like the game I have planned for the gaming channel.
Yeah, that hypothesis is basically going to decide if I can finally enjoy that particular franchise.
Yes.
That game comes from.
All right.
Which actually I've been playing it on as a mod in Minecraft actually.
He has actually. And pretty much hopefully like the mod on Minecraft might actually hopefully the mod that he's been doing on Minecraft and everything at the very least it's probably like might have sparked his interest into like trying to see like what the actual gameplay is about.
God, I'm still not over that video I sent you. Man, because Cerny has destroyed that one Pokemon that I'm not gonna mention. Oh, oops, spoiler.
Nah, it's okay. All right, so okay, so yeah, I guess we can go ahead and say it and everything. Like, all right, so pretty much like on my end and everything, pretty much we're gonna be playing Pokemon, and at least for me, we're gonna be playing the original Gen 1 Pokemon. So the version that I'm gonna pick and everything is gonna be Pokemon Red for the original Game Boy and such. And as mentioned, Barney is actually going to be helping me out with that game. How is he going to help me out? Well, pretty much you guys will find out real soon.
Yes, sir. Now, I'm basically someone that is like super late into Pokemon because, well, you already know the story, but I'll go ahead and tell it in like the fastest way I can. But
yeah, go ahead, take your time.
For many years, I was an anti-Pokemon guy. Not an anti-Pokemon in the sense that that I wanted the game, outright, banned or anything like that. No, far from it. I also anti-Pokemon because it was so over-talked in my school, and people just wouldn't shut the hell up about it. And I kind of felt like an outsider because I was probably one of the very few people at the school that wasn't a big fan of Pokemon. And yeah, I still well basically then this guy came up to me and say, hey, I want to do Pokemon. I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. And then you said, yeah, I want you to build my team. And I'm like, fuck yeah, then.
Yep. So so pretty much that's gonna be the surprise and everything. Barney has actually picked out my pretty much Barney, the guy that's never played a Pokemon game like in his life and everything. Pretty much has picked out the team for me and such. So pretty much that's gonna be where the interesting factor of this gameplay is going to be. We're gonna see if pretty much Barney's own team and everything can pretty much like can pretty much help us get through the Pokemon game as best as it can and such. And okay, I'm very surprised I survived that part.
Well, you got hurt real bad.
Let me go ahead and get a heart. Now, normally for the 100 coins and everything, like, pretty much I much prefer to have to, like, have everything moving at least at, like, a slower pace and everything. Again, like, you can actually get 100 coins just by, like, having the time stop and everything, because, like, you got the pretty much, like, you got the 8-red coins, which pretty much has 16 free coins right there. As you guys saw in the beginning as well, too, like, pretty much you could also get some coins from the bomb, as well as, like, 10 extra coins from the hidden blocks as well, too. So, pretty much right over there and everything, like, pretty much you could get yourself, like, a total of, like, let's see, about, like, almost, like, 20 coins, actually, in total.
We're already in the 40s, so...
Yeah. But one reason why, like, pretty much, like, I much prefer to have, like, the time being slowed down and everything is that, like, yeah. To have the time being slowed down and everything is that, like, at least for the 100 coins and everything, like, you will have to at least, like, go all the way to the very top of the clock and everything just to get, like, you know, the rest of the coins and such. And, yeah, I had a feeling. Alright, well, let's see if I can try to get the rest of the 100 coins. Okay, actually, you know what?
Never mind.
Okay, actually, you know what? That's fine, because to be honest and everything...
We can do it again. We can do it again, no worries, then. Right.
Yeah, because, like, I pretty much, like, you know, I was gonna say it and everything, and, like, I pretty much, like, yeah, I had a feeling that, like, if I did not get the blue coins and everything, I probably was gonna have to, like, force myself to, like, restart that part all over again. So, I don't mind one bit.
I'm pretty happy. I'm pretty happy that we managed to, you know, get the glitch working on my end. Remember the
yeah, same here and everything. Like, I pretty much like yeah, you literally got yourself like 100 like lives right there and such.
Yes, and in case you missed the last part, that glitch only works in the release date version, like AKA the version that came out when the game came out at first, because it was later patched. Actually, unfortunately. That fucking sucks, honestly.
Yeah.
This is one course where I'm like, I'm definitely glad that they reworked it completely for the DS, because honestly, I prefer the DS version to this one, because this one, while cool and I appreciate the difficulty, is that I just feel like it's a little bit more on the more difficult side in a way.
I mean, it is a fair little wow. Okay, I did not know how I did that, but I'll take it. Pretty much like yeah, it is a fair criticism to make and everything. Pretty much my only like counter argument to that is that like I pretty much like yes, well, it does make like the course like a bit more difficult. To be fair, this is like the second to last course in the main game and everything, so it does make sense that like why it's so difficult to get.
So it's expected. Yeah, I agree with you. It's expected by this point.
Yeah,
that's why. One thing's for sure, that fucking enemy it's the worst thing in the game.
Yes.
Because even the DS version ones are give you a chance to breathe, because the ones in this one don't even let you breathe. You get close and they immediately fire.
Pretty much, yeah. Okay, a little too early.
You know about the amps, those amps. You know what's the fun? I love that when you get shocked, they just stand there like,
well, pretty much I've already shocked him, so I guess pretty much I'll just have to stand there and wait for me to recharge. Okay, okay, so let's buy that part. And go give myself a spinning heart.
Not too bad because there's a hard there, so
yeah. I know, that song is pretty much like, pretty much that soundtrack, like, pretty much is pretty addicting and such.
It is. And the fact that you can whistle it, even when you're not playing, you can even whistle it in its entirety. That's how timeless that song is. Or, I mean...
Agreed, yeah. I pretty much do agree with you right there. Alright, let's try again. Pretty much, let's see if we can try again with that blue switch, because, yeah, pretty much you can tell, like, the blue coin switch and everything got changed to a different location in the DS version, which pretty much, like, yeah, the DS version, like, it does make getting the blue coins a little bit Not just a little bit. I would say a lot more easier to get. I'll try to at least get it. Alright, I got most, so we should be okay.
What the hell happened?
No, pretty much I was just trying to, like, fix the camera and everything because, like, pretty much it was getting a little hard to see the spinning triangle since, like, since pretty much, like, yeah, that little pendulum was in the way.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Alright, let's see if we can try to get it. There we go, okay. So yeah, normally that's the main reason why I prefer to, like...
Have to clock off?
I pretty much have to, like, you know, have the gears moving and stuff, because it makes it a little bit more easier to get up to this section. I think we should be okay from...
Okay, there we go. Yeah, they took the patch.
I just need about... I just need about 21 more coins to get. Okay, yeah, alright, so now I know where to get There we go. Okay. There we go.
Get this done.
There we go. Alright, and as long as we're up here and everything, I think we could actually get the one with the thwomp. Let me see if I can. You know there's another way to get up there, which is right here, so... I think you do need to do some long jumps, though, so... Or at least wall jumps. Yeah, would actually need to do some pretty good wall jumping. You know what? I'll just go back. Yeah, you know what? I'll just go back down for pretty much either the bar, or for some reason if I'm able to go all the way back down, and pretty much I'll just like get the 8 red coin star.
At the very least, you know,
I did.
coins.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, actually no. This still works. I got a 1-up. Yeah, this still works. Alright, here we are. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so pretty much that's 2 extra lives for us, and believe me, we're going to need them. Alright. Now for me, like, the next star I pick is pretty much just depending on, like, pretty much what I'm more in the mood for and everything, because both of these courses can be actually tough and such. So pretty much when I did my practice run and everything, I decided to go for the secret star and such, and you know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and do the secret star for this one.
Oh no! I'm just joking about that.
And the good news is that, like, at least on the practice run, I've only died once and such. So hopefully, let's see if we can do the same thing for this one.
This is one of those courses that it's very universally despised in the SM64 fandom. So, and there is a good reason.
And pretty much, like, you know, I can see why and everything, cause you know, and I do know there's right
the trick with this one is recharge.
Yeah, pretty much recharge your wing cap as much as you can and such. And pretty much as me and Barney have already stated, the music loop pretty much like only happens like twice. Pretty much as soon as like the loop is about ready to reach the second end, that's when you know the wing cap is getting ready to, like, you know, run itself out. So pretty much once it does that, make sure you grab another wing cap as fast as you can. Otherwise, pretty much otherwise, pretty much not so much if you fall off. If you fall off, which I'm sure might happen in this one, but if you fall off, then pretty much you get sent back to the outside of the castle. And pretty much that means you have to re-enter the castle, go up to the 3rd floor, just to pretty much like do this course all over again.
And that sucks hard.
It does. Although one saving grace I will, pretty much one saving grace I will give to like this course and everything, and pretty much it's true for like the other season courses we played up until this point and everything. It's that at the very least. Okay, I feel like it's that. It's still good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I can. Alright, I'll get this. And then pretty much I'll go over to like where the secret's at. Or at least I'll go back to like the oh, okay. No, there's still one right there.
Yeah, remember, recharge. That's the trick of this course.
I pretty much, as Laszlo from Camp Laszlo would say, let's recharge!
They locked me up in a mental asylum. Recharge. And that's your daily AVGM reference.
Yes.
That makes you get the knife.
Okay, actually,
there's one more.
Okay, actually, there's another red one over here. Let's get that first. Okay. Alright, so the other one we have left is the one that's inside a transparent room.
Alright. But we're gonna do the cannon first. So.
Yep. Alright, grab this. Oh, I wanna do this mission! You gonna do it, Mario. Pretty much we're going for 100% in here.
Okay, there it is.
Yeah. Okay, pretty much I'm gonna go. Actually, it's not too bad.
Ooh, boy.
Yeah, that was actually close, but okay, we made it. We're good.
By a split hair, we almost fell off.
Almost. But you live. Don't ever do that again. Actually, yeah, let me go ahead and try to shoot from the bottom. So, I don't think I'll be able to get it, because I'll admit, like, this little part right here is a bit tricky to get it.
That's very tricky to get, I can tell.
Yeah, I'll try it one more time, and I'll go ahead and reach out.
We got it!
Alright, so all I gotta do is go to the middle, and we'll beat it in one try. Right here. Alright, here we go. One try. We did not die once. Woo!
Hell yeah. Oh, man.
Alright, one more course to go. And pretty much this is a course. Okay, this is another course that usually a couple Mario 64 fans do not like all that much. And, okay, honestly, it's one of those courses where, like, every time I do want to try to give it a good, I want to try to give it, like, the benefit of the doubt and everything. Every time I do come back to this course, I'm just like, yeah, okay, I think, yeah, alright, I pretty much, I'm just like, oh yeah, pretty much now I remember why I also don't like this course too much. It's not that it's bad, it's just more tedious is what it is.
That's pretty tedious, I'll give you that.
So pretty much to give a good example of what I mean, this is the only time where I'm gonna do like the quote-unquote legit way and such, but pretty much this is a gimmick throughout. Pretty much this is the main gimmick through Rainbow Ride and everything with this course and such. So pretty much what you gotta do is that you gotta ride this carbon, as you can see right here, and I knew that was gonna happen. But pretty much like that's your main gimmick with this course. You gotta ride. Pretty much you have to stand on the carpet, and that's a carpet like it takes you to like whatever path the rainbow is going on and everything. You have to make sure that you try to stay on the carpet as best as you can. There's gonna be some parts where like you're gonna have to get off the carpet for a brief moment and then jump back on. But and pretty much as you saw right there, pretty much you can stay off the carpet for way too long and everything, and the carpet's gonna start flickering. And pretty much as soon as you try, and pretty much if you don't make it back on that carpet in time and such, and pretty much that carpet's gonna disappear. And depending on where you are, well, you might as well just jump off and lose a life that way.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, like, see? See here, look at this. Pretty much, pretty much, take a look at this. The course sucks so much that Lakitu is not the main boss, it's the clouds.
Yeah, he has a point. A point.
Although luckily, and pretty much we can say either like thankfully or maybe unthankfully and such, this course is kind of generous with giving you some free one-ups and such. And pretty much just like with all the one-ups and the other courses that we've seen up until this point, they do actually regenerate every time like you do or we play the course and everything. So pretty much if you play your cards right and such, then hopefully you will not have to worry about getting the game over like in this course at all. And pretty much there goes this Spidey. And I will say right here too, this is another course where pretty much like the camera can either help you or screw you over as well too.
So yeah, by this point you better have mastered that damn camera. Even though I don't expect anybody to have mastered it because the camera is like one fault.
Yeah. Although pretty much after coming back to this game after so long and everything, I have slowly started to master it a little bit to where like pretty much like back then, like I would not really use the Mario camera all that much unless like pretty much it can help me, unless like can help me out in jam. But pretty much like as you guys saw throughout this like gameplay footage and everything, I have started been using the Mario cam a little bit more, like especially when my view is getting like pretty much like obstructed by like one of the level tiles and such, or at least like by one of the enemies and everything. So pretty much in a way and everything, like I'm slowly starting to get like used to the camera and understand like how to use it, especially like when it would be the right time to use the Mario cam versus the Lakitu cam and everything. So pretty much
Lakitu Bro cam, yeah.
Alright. Yeah, pretty much like, even though that like, I've grown a little bit used to the camera and everything, I'll still admit right here, right now and everything, and that like, the camera is still one of the few features that has not aged the best and such when it comes to like revisiting this game.
Oh no, not at all.
Alright, let's see if I can actually make it here. This part, yeah, pretty much that part right there can actually trip up some people and such, especially like, and there we go. Pretty much especially with like, the little slope down in the end and such, because pretty much I've had moments to where like, pretty much I got to the tippy part of that like, pyramid shape, or at least like the triangle shape and everything, and pretty much like the next thing I know, I slide off, and pretty much I slide off to like my death, or pretty much I slide off to like all the way back down to the bottom and such. I have to climb my way back up. That's another reason why some people don't like this course very much, because like I said, it could be tedious, especially when you fall off.
They made the
What?
Ooh, shit.
Okay. Well, at least I didn't die. Come on, bro! You wanna go? There!
I know the ship star got completely reworked in the DS version, because unless you have Metal Warrior, it's impossible to grab it.
Yeah.
Because the wind is so goddamn strong, man, for no apparent reason.
Well, luckily in the 64 version, like the wind wasn't all too strong for me in that version. Alright, so pretty much in the next star, pretty much we're gonna go to another path, or at least a different path, right here in the middle and such. So for this one, you're gonna want to take the path to the right. And pretty much get ready for another boring-ass carpet ride.
You know what? Alright. Alright, go up first.
Okay.
Okay, there we go.
Alright.
I have to say it because at this point, it's coming. But here we go.
Alright.
I can show you the world.
I can show you the way. I can show you to a whole new world. How many large jokes have we made up to this point? Probably a lot. Alright, now luckily for this part, you do not have to get off the carpet and everything, but next time you come back here, definitely get off the carpet.
Because if not, you're gonna burn your butt.
Pretty much. Man, I should have brought my... Man, I knew I should have brought my Game Boy Color with me. Shameless plug.
Whoa!
Whoa! Whoa, man! Not gonna lie, it's kind of trippy. This is... Yeah, like, to be fair, this is the weirdest, longest-ass Skittles commercial I've ever seen in my life. Star the rainbow, taste the rainbow.
Taste the rainbow, motherfucker!
Taste the rainbow, motherfucker!
Here we go!
Yeah, take that, Care Bears! Alright, now thankfully, the next three stars, I just say, alright, we're gonna be doing right here. We actually do not need a carpet at all for these parts and such. So, yeah, so hopefully for these next few parts and everything, we should be able to get them with little to no trouble.
Thank God.
Yes. Again. Don't even talk to me. Okay, actually, you know what? Like, yeah, let's do this. Because honestly, this would be a good practice run to do. I'm gonna wait till you blow up. There we go.
Kaboom!
Alright, here we go. Alright, got all of them. Good. Now, hopefully I can do... Yeah. Now, hopefully I can actually do that once we get to, like, the 100 coin challenge in this game. There we go. Ooh. Thank you, Thomas. Now get in there! Bunch of horses! Alright, one more to go! Yippee! Go! I don't even know what you're saying anymore. But here we go! Alright.
Alright, there we go.
Alright, up to star number 4. Alright, so these next 2 stars, you're gonna be, you're gonna need to go to this little section right here.
Oh!
Oh! Ooh, okay. That works. Thank you, Shy Guy.
Well, that guy just wanted to die.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty... Okay, actually, you know what? That was the first time that a fly guy actually showed me some showmanship. Good for you. Okay, honestly, like, pretty much if Rainbow Ride, like, pretty much if Rainbow Ride was just this for the rest of the game and everything, then pretty much, like, the course definitely would not be as bad, or at least it wouldn't be as forgotten as, like, as it is right now and everything. But honestly, like, because of, like, the first 2 stars and everything, and especially, like, the last star coming up real soon as well, too, like I said, I can definitely understand why Rainbow Ride is definitely not up there in terms of, like, I pretty much being one of those, like, more memorable courses when compared to, like, others like Wong's Fortress or Cool Mountain and such.
Yeah, and I also gotta say, like, if the course had like more like something interesting happening, then I think it would have been less of a frustrating experience. And speaking of frustrating experience,
yeah, tricky triangles and such. All right, so this is the start where pretty much like unless you, hey, I did it again. Thank you, Fly Guy. Wow, that was a lot easier. Thank you. Hey, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt you. Anyway. Pretty much this is one of those courses to where, like, pretty much, like, unless you know, like, the path that you need to take in order to get the star as quick as you can, then pretty much all I gotta say to you is, like, good luck getting this star. Well, thankfully, since I played the game lots of times before, I know how to get the star, and I'll show you.
in the defense of this course, I'll take this over Dire Docks any day.
Yeah, same here, to be honest. Okay, alright, so there we go. Alright, so you see these triangles right here. Let me at least show you how fast these triangles are gonna move. Yeah. That's how fast it moves. Okay, so you probably think, okay, no problem, I can just do it the legit way. Let's try the legit way and see if we could actually do it. Okay, alright, technically you could. We almost did, but as you can see, like, yeah, that would definitely be very tiring work. So if you want a shortcut, you need to, alright, let's try again. And thankfully for this one, like, yeah, all you gotta do is just, like, keep on pressing the switch and such. So at least for this one, you don't have to worry about, like, waiting for the switch to run out in order to reactivate it. You can just reactivate it whenever you want. But yeah, as Mario said, here we go!
Here we go!
Alright, yeah, man, we're really, pretty much we're really breezing through this, like, final part, almost as if it's nothing. So pretty much, let's see if we can keep it up, because we got 2 more stars left to go before we get the final one. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up in the sky. Lady, what are you doing here? You're not supposed to be in this game. I could have been, but Shigeru Miyamoto didn't love me anymore. He said he wanted to give you new courses. It's not fair. Life isn't fair, brother. Deal with it.
The truth is that there was gonna be multiplayer at first, but the team was like, "Ooh, so we can make bigger courses. That's cool." But unfortunately, Luigi and the bigger courses couldn't be in the same game due to technical limitations. So one thing had to go. The bigger courses.
Enough and everything. Like later on, like some fans would actually, pretty much like a couple Mario fans would actually recreate like. Pretty much like what was originally supposed to be part of Mario 64. Pretty much into its own ROM hack. Where pretty much like you could actually do a co-op. You could actually do a co-op 2-player with pretty much both Mario and Luigi and such. And it definitely does make for a very interesting gameplay. I will say that much.
Which is very cool. I would say
it is.
And infamously, if you missed what the hell? Where'd that come from?
Oh, what, the blue flame?
Yeah, that wasn't in the DS version.
Yeah, no, in the original N64 version, yeah, no, that blue flame, has always been there and everything. Like, as you can see, it comes out of like the bottom tip of just like a spinning platform and such. So pretty much, I was there from the first star and everything. But pretty much like it's possible that you might have missed it and such. And to be honest, for good reason, because honestly, that blue flame does, literally does next to nothing for you, and, oh, holy shit, okay, okay, actually, you know what, okay, actually, I just remembered, I forgot to talk to the pink bomb guy. Oh, shit. Okay, okay, you know what, I'm feeling ballsy. Here we go! The things I do for a fucking star! I sure hope the Mushroom Kingdom has goddamn health insurance! Or at least free health care! Yeah, alright, so yeah, pretty much like, while I was getting the 8 red coins, I actually forgot to talk to this guy. Hey, no, I'm not opening up the cannon for you. You missed. You didn't even bother to talk to me. I'm sorry, man, alright? I had so many, alright, like, I had to get the 8 red coins. What do you want me to do? We talk to each other all the time. You don't even know who I am by now. Why don't you just, actually, yeah, that makes a good point. Why do I have to talk to you? This is the 15th course! Just talk to me. Okay, fine, I'll open up the can for you. I'm sorry, man, alright? This is the last time we're gonna see each other, okay? I didn't want a hug, alright? Oh boy!
God, if your Mario was a character, people would be like, this guy's a fucking asshole.
Yeah, he would, which honestly, like, yeah, like, it's kind of funny on how, like, it's kind of funny on how, like, and how, like, in the original Paper Mario, I kind of made him be more, like, sort of an asshole and everything, but he was just more, like, pretty much, like, I was trying to match his character similar to how, like, similar to that of Phoenix Wright, in which, like, he would make, like, smart-ass remarks about, like, some of the weird shit that was happening around him and everything. And then pretty much, like, honestly, like, I think kind of credit, like, Mario Party to where, like, we slowly transformed this Mario character into being, like, yeah, the biggest douchebag that, like, the biggest douchebag anyone's ever going to meet and such. Even more so than Thomas.
Oh yeah. I think our idiotic Mario is worse than Railway Series Thomas.
Yes.
By a country mile. Because Railway Series Thomas is just as bad as idiotic Mario. But at least Railway Series Thomas has a good side at times.
Yeah, at least yeah. To be fair, like at least Railway Series Thomas, never. At least Railway Series Thomas has so hard not to like push Percy off a cliff or anything like that. Unlike some people that likes to treat a certain dinosaur as if it's another like one of those toys and everything that he keeps throwing off the mountain and everything because he's done using him. What are you trying to say, man?
Oh, nothing. Just,
Yeah. See right there, that's what I mean about like those little like. I pretty much is always that last platform that kind of always like trips me up in the end.
We got on the first go, but yeah.
We did. So all right. So yeah, let's continue. And pretty much good news is that like if we do die here and everything, we already got the cannon open up, so at least we don't have to worry about talking to the pink bomb guy.
Yeah, so we can just go ahead and keep retrying. Yeah. So.
And pretty much another good news right here and everything as well too. Pretty much so far in terms of recording and everything, we've been recording for about almost 45 minutes actually.
Oh, well, look at that! Look at that! I thought we were like 50 minutes in, but 45. All right, not bad.
Yeah. And pretty much like so depending on like how this all goes and everything, let's see. Like at the very least, let's see if we can try to do it under 2 hours if we can. Because pretty much like after we get this last star, the only star we have left is the Hornet Coin star, and then the final star from Bowser. will say here as well too. Like at least, I pretty much give this course some credit. And everything is, is that like at least like there's a lot of open spaces here for you to like actually move your camera around freely as much as you want and such.
Oh yeah, that'll be. I'll give you that at least. Where was it?
Should be able to get it this time, and there you go.
Right, I love how.
Yeah, so all I gotta do is make out over to the cannon, and we should be able to get it just fine.
I love how.
Yeah, I pretty much love how like Lakitu is just there, like I'm pretty much just taunting you with like the with the spinies and such. Okay.
Oh, phew.
Oh, you missed me. So now, here we go! Alright, one more. Alright, actually technically this is the second to last star, but the very last star in the main course is the Hornet Coin, so let's do this.
Anyway, as I was gonna say,
Yeah, go ahead.
we're bringing back that Mario pretty soon.
We are. Pretty much we are. We definitely are. And such. I'm definitely very excited. I'm definitely very excited for like the two games that we've that pretty much both Barney and I have picked for like for our gaming channel. Alright, now for this. On the coin challenge, if you play your cards right, you do not have to worry about like pretty much like using the card bit all the way over to the course just to get 100 coins and such. You know what? Yeah, you know what? Alright, let me get. Actually, you know what? Now I'll come back here later. Let's get the coins over here first. There we go. And I do believe that yellow block, the yellow block right there, I believe that just contains like one up. But if I do fall off here and everything, like I'll do a double check. Alright, let's do a double check just in case. But I do believe that is a 1-up. Yeah. Oh well, I'll take it. Alright, let's see if I can try to get this last one.
Yeah, I know.
Woo! I will get you, Coin. I'm not greedy, you're greedy.
So in terms of new campaign trail, our next one is actually going to be, as we teased. But I think is this going to come out? Oh fuck.
Yeah, I had a feeling.
Is this going to come out after the 1924 one?
Yes, it should.
Okay, then yeah. Our next one is going to be 1932, actually.
Yes. So so pretty much coming up real soon. We don't know when yet. But pretty much coming up real soon and everything. Yes. Pretty much we'll be taking a look at FDR's own campaign trail, and I believe this is for like his very. I believe this is for like his very first term, right?
Yeah, very first election. Yeah, correct.
All right.
Against Herbert Hoover. And you can actually play as Hoover in that one as well too.
I'm very curious with everything, cause like honestly, like because honestly, like yeah, the Great Depression was just one of those things that was just so bad and everything that like that like pretty much like I have a feeling that like no matter what that like no matter what Herbert Hoover would have tried to done and everything, that like there was no way he was ever gonna get reelected no matter what.
There is a way to win as Hoover, but you have to be like very specific. You have to give answers, and you have to basically be like a very active, president. Because historically, he basically was like,
pretty much like back then, or at least like historically and everything. Pretty much Hoover. Pretty much like followed the same kind of like a model as like a Cal did, where pretty much he was just more like a hands-off type of president.
Which fucking annoys the hell out of me, because he wasn't like that before he got elected. Actually, he was more hands-on, and the fact that he basically turned into like a fucking conservative afterwards is the thing that really fucking irks me. But yeah.
Yeah, like honestly, like even nowadays and everything, like you'd be surprised and everything, and how like time can really change a person to like. I pretty much like how like a time could really change a person into like because okay, I have no idea what happened there, but that was kind of funny. Pretty much that was kind of funny.
Anyway, but go ahead.
Pretty much I was just gonna say that like I pretty much like I said, time definitely does have a way to like. Pretty much like a change a person to become like something that like back then they probably would never have been like I pretty much given a circumstances and such.
Yeah, and after that, after we tackled that election, we're actually gonna take a look at. Ooh boy.
Oh yeah. Oh my. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. It's a. Pretty much it's okay, Mario. You just do your thing, we'll do our thing. Okay.
Yeah. It's 1912.
Yep.
So basically, this guy's gonna be TR.
Yes.
Because this is gonna be TR, and I'm gonna play as William Howard Taft.
Pretty much William Taft, or pretty much like some people like to call, pretty much some people like to call him like pretty much the worst diet version of like Teddy Roosevelt.
Actually, kind of funny you mentioned that, because that's exactly what Mr. Beats actually said about Taft. It's like he's like Teddy Roosevelt light in a way.
Yeah, but to me like does make sense and everything, because pretty much like both pretty much both Taft and TR pretty much were best friends at one point.
Until 1912, when they basically,
Yeah.
And actually, Taft was like, to me, Taft was a conservative disguised with a progressive to win, pretty much. And after he became president, he became super conservative, which I'm like, oh, no. And, well, okay, I'll give you this. Taft wasn't that bad. The one thing that was bad that he did was, I think you know what I'm gonna.
Like pretty much like picking that one dude to be like the Supreme Court judge, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's see credentials. Okay, sir. Let's see. Let's see what your credentials are. Okay. Let's see here. You are an ex-Confederate general.
All right. Okay. Sure.
Let's see here. We also see you were a member of that organization that shall be named.
Nice. Okay, yeah, alright. Yeah, pretty much I don't see a problem with that.
No, I'm also from Louisiana, a southern state. And I am pretty conservative in terms of rulings.
Alright, well, you know what? Shut up, take my money, cause, like, shut up and take my money, cause, guy, you're a fighter!
God, if I was in Congress at that time, I would have strongly, gone against that fucking nomination.
Yeah. see if I
Who
can...
is that Supreme Court? Who is that Supreme Court justice? You'll find out once we get to 1912.
All right. Yeah, pretty much. Alright, I got all of them just like last time, so... Alright, okay, honestly... Alright, let me see here, because I need 14. 14 plus 7... Okay, actually, no, we got them all. Yeah, because pretty much, like, yeah, as long as we get every single, like, 8 red coin, we done it. We got 100 points.
I always picture Taft with like a gross type of voice, but his voice is kind of different. Actually, I kind of see Taft with like a Grossberg voice from Ace Attorney, but
I could actually, like, yeah, I pretty much, yeah, especially with that mustache he had and such back then.
Badass mustache, I'll give you that.
Yeah.
So his voice, I've heard his voice. It's like, I'm willing to admit that war has accomplished much in the world. I'm willing to admit, it's something like that, pretty much like I did.
I'm willing to admit that I am a racist.
Like, he was kind of neutral, honestly.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
But you know who wasn't neutral?
Oh, gee, I mean, I can't tell and everything, because, I mean, like, this was 1912 and everything, and I'm sure that, like, you know, whoever else is wearing against Taff and Wilson and everything will be a good president in the end, right? Let's see, who do we got here? Someone named Wilson!
Wilson! You know exactly where I was going with this. Awesome.
Yeah. Alright, folks, well, alright, well, like, okay, since we're doing this joke, here, okay, hold on, let me get ready for this. Here we go. Bowser!
Bowser!
Wait, who's Bowser? I'm Lennon Bowser. Oh, yeah. Alright, here we are, the final stage of Mario 64. And we're off to a good start. We died. We're off to a good start here, folks.
Mamma mia!
But pretty much, like, yeah, so pretty much, as you can tell, this is definitely the hardest stage of any pretty much, like, yeah, this is definitely the hardest stage of any Mario 64 platform up until this point. And it does make sense. It's just, like, you know, this is the final stage, so it does make sense. And
it's also the one. And it's also the one where you basically have to know everything by this point because, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yes, because pretty much, like, yeah, up until this point, if your platforming skills have not been the best and everything, well, be prepared to not only die, but also get lots and lots of game overs. Because pretty much, as you can tell over here, like, yeah, the 8 red coins have definitely been placed into, like, pretty much either very tight corners, like this one right here, or pretty much they've also been placed into, like, a very, very tiny spots and such. Tiny enough spots to where, like, pretty much, like, yeah, if you fall off, pretty much that's an instant death right there. And pretty much I'll show you an example. Right here. Pretty much here's one red coin that you have to get. And then here's another very, actually no, that's the, okay, no, that's the one up. But, yeah. But luckily, much like any other Mario stages, they are very generous with the 1-ups.
Extremely generous. Like it's impossible to get a game over in this game because, you know,
yeah,
the game is so generous with you.
And luckily, as you saw right there, pretty much like unlike in the DS version, you can actually skip that section altogether.
Like a few.
You know what I'm gonna do? I hate you!
Fuck you.
Yeah. And by the way, what are you complaining for, Mario? Shigeru Miyamoto left you a heart, because he definitely loves you. I question that sometimes. I question that sometimes, like, with the shit he makes me go through.
I mean, it's not as bad as EGAT forcing Luigi to catch ghosts.
True.
I'm still waiting for that day where Luigi says fuck it and you know forces EGAT to do the shit he has to go through.
pretty much either that or pretty much like, you know, he forced the guy to call on the Ghostbusters. Fuck!
I'm afraid of no shit.
Same here, I ain't afraid of anything.
I'm afraid of no shit.
Although I will say right here and everything, like, you know, pretty much I will say right here, like, you know, I definitely still love, like, pretty much the theme to, like, any of the Bowser levels and up here and such.
Yeah, I love it too, honestly. But nothing tops the theme we're gonna hear in a bit.
Yeah, in a bit and such. As soon as I start playing better.
Yeah, this reminds me of when I was younger. This stage used to give me a bunch of shit when I was younger.
Honestly, when I was a kid and everything, like, I don't remember too much on, like, how much of a hard time this stage gave to me as a kid and everything. Like, I wouldn't say it wasn't all too hard and everything, but I definitely did notice the difficulty of this stage in particular.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there you go. There you go.
No. Alright, you know what?
No, ignore it. Ignore it. Yeah.
Yeah. Besides, I got 10 lives and such. I got like a red coin coming up soon. Get away from me! I don't want to kiss! Make it. Oh! Alright, just barely.
Phew. Oh my god.
Yeah, I know. And alright, I had a feeling because of the way the camera was situated. Alright, just one more to go.
Okay, go up. Yeah. Okay, so you take.
Oh, I got pushed off! I got pushed off! How dare you, good sir! No! Well,
Yeah. Okay.
well,
Okay. I see what you. Okay. I see something that I don't do because I don't like doing. Basically what I do is I basically wait until he does like the handstand.
yeah.
You know when you start at the pole. Yeah, always do that because it'll save you from, you know, the those type jumps. Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I'll go ahead and give it a shot.
I never jump off the pole when I'm not without doing the handstand because, you know, I tried it once not doing it and yeah, it cost me big time. So yeah, I would recommend you know, doing it with the handstand.
I'll get you one day.
And that stupid piranha plan was the cause of so many lives I lost when I was a kid.
Nah, that's fair.
Because the fire is so tiny, at least in this one though.
Oh, shut up, Wilson.
Okay, alright, keep going up, alright. Now,
Alright, let's try. Alright, we'll try to handstand for this one.
alright.
It still failed!
Oh,
I mean, no, it's hard,
wow.
but it still failed!
well, at the very...
I mean, at the very least, we're not like at the bottom, so we'll take what I can get.
I'll take that as well, so, yeah. Okay.
Take 5, I guess.
Take whatever this is.
Actually,
wait to the...
fine.
There we
There
go,
you go.
there we
Yeah.
go. Alright.
Alright, we're almost done.
Yeah, you see what I mean about that thing?
Pick up? Nope. Alright, let's... Alright. Okay, switch! Shameless blood? Maybe?
Wow.
Yeah, I know. Well, thankfully, like, you know, as soon as we get to the warp pipe and everything, like, if we do die in Bowser, we don't have to worry about redoing the stage all over again.
And at least the course is generous with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just ignore that Piranha Plant. It's not worth it.
One day, though. One day. Catch you next time, Piranha Plant. Next time. I won't do that. Why are you guys even here and everything? This is the last stage. You're not even a threat anymore.
So move the camera. Okay.
Yep. Alright.
Here we go.
Alright, this is it. Like, I will admit, even in the practice run, this has tripped me up many times before. So let's see if I can do it. And pretty much not so much because, like, you know, I slip. It's not so much because of this, but it's because, like, you know, Mario has one of those tractions to where, like, you know, depending on, like, how fast, like, you know, you're turning and everything, he can easily be slipped off and such. But thankfully, we got all the stars! Woo! Hey, 120 with 12 lives! What do you know? Alright, everyone. Let's do this. My non-existent gloves are coming off. Here we go. I oversleep. Mario, you again? Well, that's just fine.
Wait. Don't. Let me do something. Don't.
Okay.
Let me do something.
Sorry, Mario. Hold on. I have a frog in my throat. Hold on.
So how are you doing? Just getting everything ready. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I mean, I'm doing fine. How you doing, man? Oh, sorry, didn't mean to skip your text.
Don't worry. Go ahead and read that while I.
Alright. And you'll never see Princess again. Yeah, yeah. You know what? Let's just cut the bullshit. We all know why you're here. Alright, yeah, there's one thing you do not want Bowser to do is to make sure, like, yeah. Alright, so this Bowser fight is pretty much very tough and such. There is a way to where, like, you can actually, like, cheese this fight and such. And, yeah, right there. As you can see right here. And I didn't get his tail, but that's okay. But pretty much, like, yeah, there is one thing you can actually do. I should see what I'm doing right now. If you could actually try to bait Bowser, pretty much if you try to bait Bowser to have him, like, you know, come running after you and everything, and especially, like, close to one of the bombs and everything, then pretty much, if you can, as fast as you can, grab his tail. And once you start grabbing his tail, just do the same shit you've been doing in the last 2 fights. Because, yeah, like I said, the one thing about this Bowser fight that you need to have is good aim. And timing. And as soon as he does that, run over to him as fast as you can. That way you can try to grab his tail as fast as you can as well, too. Let's see what I'm trying to do. Actually, let's see if I can do it. And there's another reason why, like, this fight is also very tough as well, too. Because once what happens, if I do actually, like, somehow manage to get him into this bomb right here. Okay. There you go. Alright, I'm gonna run as fast as I can. Alright. Alright, I had a feeling that was gonna happen. Alright, first death, not a big deal. Because, guess what? We can get this one up as many times as we want. So, yeah, so pretty much as long as you keep getting that one up, like, even down to the very last life and everything, hopefully you'll never have to get a game over. So, let's try again. just FYI, my hands are actually getting a little bit sweaty as well too, so I'm trying to make sure I'm not slipping off the control stick too much. Ah, there we go. All right, I wasn't too sure there for a second. And like I said, pretty much if you can, try to grab his tail as fast as you can.
And do not let him fire.
Yeah, pretty much at the very least, like, if you're gonna let him breathe fire, make sure he's not breathing fire, like, upwards. So it's, like, towards the sky.
Yep. Because if he does, then you're in trouble. Because the moment the blue fire hits the ground...
Yeah, it's gonna start jumping overwhere, and if you're not out of sight of that blue fire, it's gonna burn you.
Yep.
Alright. Okay. Alright, so pretty much when he does this, try to jump as fast as you can. If you're not jumping as fast as you can... Alright, so yeah, pretty much if he's doing that kind of fire, that's okay.
As long as it isn't the one that's shooting up air, then you're good to go.
Yes. Oh, look at the deeps! Oh. There we go. Alright, like I said, I'm gonna try to grab him. There we go.
Okay.
Alright, so, alright, this is the closest bomb. Alright, so once I get him to this bomb, we beat him in actually a second try, actually. So let's see if we can do this. Do you believe in me?
Yes, sir!
Well, at least one person believes in me. Alright, let's YOLO it! 1, 2, 3! Fuck yeah! Take that, bitch!
Alright, let me do this. Alright.
Russian Revolution, my ass! I beat you!
Alright, hold on.
Here we go.
Alright, here we go. I'll do the voice.
Alright.
Let me do the voice. Ne zombie, ne ti stato poi mena Mario. Ja, ne sta nuda che di sa, ne non ti fora. Ah, ja, su kami uchi karafa. Nah, just kidding.
And pretty much like Mario's just cocking his head in confusion, just being like, am I fighting the wrong Bowser?
I was
Is
just
this
saying
Bowser's
gibberish.
brother again?
I was just saying gibberish. Anyway,
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead.
Alright. My troops! Worthless! They've turned over all the power stars! What? They're 120 in all? The fuck is this, Pokemon? Amazing! There was some at the council I missed? No, I see peace returning to the world. Ugh. I really hate that. Can't watch. I'm out of here. Just you wait till next time. Until then, keep that control stick smoking. Okay, man. Seriously, like, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother anymore. Just give me a star. Here we are, folks. And Barney, make sure you get that tissue ready. Here we are. We are done. That was Mario 64, everybody. Whoa, it's so bright. Hey, look at that. Oh, yeah. Hey, yeah, I just noticed something. Hey, was there someone up on the roof? He looks shitty.
You saw nothing.
Yeah, you saw nothing. Okay, actually, I'm kind of curious. Like, does he actually appear in, like, the actual N64 hardware? I wonder if this is another one of those, like, emulation glitch. I'm kind of curious now.
I'll have to watch somebody actually play from an actual N64. Maybe it's on YouTube because you remember those old videos where
Oh
people
yeah.
used to record,
I mean to be honest and everything, like yeah, Mario 64 is definitely one of those games that's been and pretty much has been played to death on YouTube, and for good reason. But pretty much like, yeah, it's one of those games that's been played to death.
We have to do something special.
Going back to like 2008, 9, something like that.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Oh, yeah.
Here we go!
Oh, yeah, here we go, everybody!
Let's bake a delicious cake. For Mario.
Wait a minute, I thought you said you already made a cake. The hell? The hell,
And you
Prince?
can see the Toad's freeze frame there. I don't know.
Yeah.
Mario.
And here we are, the end credits. So everyone, that was Mario 64, the original 64 for, well, the N64. The game that pretty much, like, kick-started, like, the 3D platforming and everything, especially when it came to, like, Mario games from here on out. And honestly, right here for me, like, much like how, like, Barney still treasures the DS version and everything, as, like, pretty much that was a big part of his childhood, I still treasure the original N64 version to this day and everything, like, pretty much to be honest and everything, while this isn't, like, my first ever N64 game I played, like, for the N64, that being Diddy Kong Racing and everything, this game still holds a very special place in my heart and such, because, like, pretty much the first time I played it and everything, like, pretty much, like, the magic that, like, the magic the game had back then to me and everything, playing it, like, during middle school days and everything, is still present in this game to this day and everything, like, pretty much the gameplay is, like, nice and solid and everything, it finds the right balance of, like, being fun and difficult without being, like, you know, frustrating hard and everything. The worlds themselves are actually, you know, creative enough for what they can be and everything. Some of them, like, pretty much are actually very memorable to this day and everything, with, like, courses like the Bomb Battlefield, Wong's Fortress, Cool Mountain, and pretty much like I said, even the Bowser stages are actually, like, very memorable to this day and such. And honestly, we also can't forget the wonderful music that Koji Kondo has, like, composed and everything. Like, honestly, I think this is definitely up there with, like, the original Mario Brothers, like, for the NES and everything, to be his best work to this day.
Oh, that's a no-brainer.
Yeah. And pretty much, like, yeah, like I said, like, this game is still fun for what it is to this day and everything. Like, I'm very glad that, like, I pretty much, like, honestly, like, yeah, I'm very glad that at the end of the day, that I decided to, like, pick this game to be the very first game for our gaming channel and everything, because honestly, like, had Barney not told me that, like, pretty much had Barney not told me that he was going to be doing the DS version of Mario 64 and everything, I definitely would have picked in, like, a very different game to, like, start on the gaming channel, but here it was, sitting here in the back of my mind, thinking that, like, you know what? As long as we're not worrying about doing the games in, like, release date order, I pretty much fuck it, yeah, I'm gonna play the original N64 version of Mario 64, because, pretty much like I said, this was part of my childhood and everything as well, too. And I figured that, like, as long as Barney's gonna be sharing, like, you know, his own, like, childhood game with me and everything, that pretty much is fitting that, like, that pretty much I do the same with the original 64 version and such. And pretty much there he is. I still suspect there's someone on the roof. You still sound nothing.
Thank you so much for playing my game.
And there it is. But yeah, like I said, as for me and everything, Mario 64 still holds up well for me to this day. And even and pretty much even like I said, even if I admit that, like, you know, some parts of the game is actually outdated and such, like I said, with the camera controls being the big example of, like, pretty much controls that, like, were pretty that pretty much, like, no doubt were revolutionary at the time and everything, is pretty much outdated now compared to, like, pretty much compared to, like, how 3D platformers handle, like, camera controls nowadays and such. But outside of that and everything, like, this game is still very fun to play. I still, honestly, like, no joke, I had a lot of blasts. Pretty much I had a ton of blasts and everything, like, playing this game from beginning to end, reliving the childhood, and I pretty much, like, trying to get the stars and everything as best as I could. Like, even though it's been, like, a very long while since I played this game, I pretty much felt like I did very decently on this game and everything for, like, pretty much being, like, a Let's Play and such. So, for me and everything, in terms of, like, Mario 64, you know what? I'm gonna give this game a very strong rating of an 8 out of 10.
Okay, nice. I think 8. I think 8. It's the best rating. Is the best rating for it.
Agreed. Very much agreed. So, all right. So,
Now the question.
actually, yeah. Go ahead. Is there anything that you want to add to your review on this game, Bonnie?
Honestly, no, because I already said everything I was going to say in the final part of my Let's Play. Well, there is the question: which version is better?
And pretty much for me and such, like, and pretty much take this with a grain of salt, because like I said, I've not like actually played a DS version myself and everything, so pretty much it's mostly gonna be my bias talking. But I definitely will pick like the N64 like over the DS version. Now, to be fair, that could change. Like, whenever I actually finally get around to like playing the DS version of Mario 64 and such, that could actually change and such. But for now, I'm picking the N64 version, mostly because of like pretty much. Mostly because, like, I definitely do like the more, pretty much how the more simple version of like the gameplay footage and everything. And honestly, like, even though the camera is a bit outdated in like the N64 version, I gotta be honest, compared to like, pretty much compared to like how the camera operate in the DS version, I kind of pretty much like yeah, I have a feeling that like if I was playing the DS version of that game and everything, that camera would definitely be even more of a bitch to control.
Yeah.
But yeah, for me and everything, I definitely would pick the N64 over DS version. And pretty much, I do know which version Barney's going to pick in the end. So go ahead, Barney. What would you pick more, 64 or DS?
It's obvious the DS version.
Yes.
I grew up with the DS version, and just the fact that it had more characters and it added more stars to basically make the game more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely helped, and also the fact that it has so many characters to choose from Yoshi, Wario, and Luigi, and also Mario, it's fun.
Yeah, it is. It is definitely very fun. It is fair to say.
Now you might be saying this is the end. Well, there is one more thing we should show you guys.
Yes, let's go ahead and show it off right now.
It's me, Mario.
So pretty much, if you were playing on the actual N64, like yeah, you would actually have to like pretty much like reset your N64 hardware to do this and such. But pretty much yeah, there is one more thing we do need to show off and such. Because pretty much if we did not show this off and everything, and no doubt like a couple people, no doubt a lot of people in the comments being like, what the heck? Why did you show this off? We're gonna show it off right here. So pretty much like a hidden cannon. So, you know what? I've always wanted to know, what's on top of this roof right here? Let's check it out. And I think I might, nope, I still made it. Well, we got some water. Yoshi! Holy shit! What the hell happened to your nose, man? Hey, talk to me, bitch!
I'll do the voice. All right,
okay, go ahead.
Mario? Is that really you? It's been so long since our last adventure.
Actually, it hasn't really been that long. It's been like, what, 4 years?
Five, actually 5.
Oh, yeah.
No, wait, no, 6. Remember, because the world came out in 1990 in Japan.
Well, actually, no. When did World 2 came out with Yoshi's Island?
1995, I think it was.
Okay, so yeah. Okay, so pretty much it's only been like a year, man. Okay, right? Pretty much acting like I was one of those dads that like said I was gonna go get milk and I never come back. Well, I mean, knowing you, like, knowing you and such, like, I pretty much I could believe you would actually do that to me. Fair point.
They told me that I might see you if I waited here, but I had just given up hope.
Jeez, man. Okay, like, I mean, like, yeah. Did something happen between the last game and everything? Like, did we go through like a messy breakup or something? Like, are you okay? Do you need to go to a therapist for this, man?
God, he's a fucking asshole. No doubt. Yeah, this Mario is a fuck. Yeah, he's worse than Railway Series Thomas. Honestly,
well,
he's worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, like, even the dialogue that like Yoshi is saying, like, yeah, with the way Yoshi is like, saying this and everything, like, yeah, kind of makes you, at the very least, like, yeah, kind of makes you wonder, like, okay, like, what the hell happened between you two in the last game and such, like, yeah, like, and actually, like, yeah, that's a good point, like, I know they told you to, like, way up in the roof and such, but you didn't even bother to, like, try to jump down, like, say hi, ask if I wanted to help, you just stayed on the roof?
Is it true? Is it true? Have you been a Bowser and restored the stars to the castle?
Well, maybe I did. Just like, check on the top right corner.
And save the princess? I knew you could do it. Now I have a very special message for you. Hold on, let me pull on my letter here. Let's see here. Here it is. All right.
Go ahead.
All right.
Thanks for playing Super Mario 64. This is the end of the game, but not the end of the fun. We want you to keep on playing, so we have a little something for you. We hope you like it. Enjoy the Super Mario 64 team.
Hey, what? Oh, goody! I get a special prize. Replay value? What do we get? What do we get, Yoshi? Wait, Yoshi. Yoshi? What are you doing? Yoshi! Holy shit.
Actually, do a triple jump because there's something else. There's one more thing, actually. Do a triple jump if you can.
Wait. That's it? I go through all that shit. I got 120 stars. Beating Bowser 3 times. And all I get is 100 lives. And apparently, if I do a triple jump, suddenly I'm farting out sparkles?
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle!
No, I'm not even gonna do that joke anymore. You know what? I don't blame Yoshi. I jump off the roof too. And actually, yeah, that's fucked up, man. Like, you gave me 100 stars. I have to watch. And pretty much I have to watch my best friend like jump off a roof. The hell, Miyamoto?
Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle!
Fuck no! Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle! Actually, yeah, no, why did I even do that? You're not getting sparkles anymore. End of the episode! I'm sad
Sparkle,
now.
sparkle, sparkle!
Fuck yeah! Sparkle, sparkle, sparkle!
Sparkle, sparkle!
So, folks, that was it. Pretty much, yeah, that's it. Pretty much, it ends off our very first project for the Super Retro Brothers. And honestly, like, yeah, we could not have picked honestly, we literally could not have picked a better game to, like, debut our gaming channel and everything. So, folks, we hope you guys have enjoyed our gameplay footage of Super Mario 64, both the original 64 on my end, and pretty much the DS remake on Barney's end and everything. This has been, like, a fun project from beginning to end.
Yeah, I definitely have zero regrets choosing this game as the first one, because honestly, it makes sense.
Mm-hmm. It does, because like I said, like, Mario 64 is a game that's still well-known and popular, and honestly, like, it's probably just as popular as, like, the original Super Mario Brothers for the NES, so, you know what, it actually does make sense to, like, I pretty much, like, you know, start off our gaming channel with these 2 games in particular.
Would you consider this your favorite game of all time, or not?
Honestly, like, yeah, honestly, like, I pretty much, like, yeah, I still consider Mario 64 one of my favorite, like, video games of all time and such. Like, it's definitely up there and such.
To me, it's my favorite video game of all time. The favorite video game of all time for me.
Nice.
Yeah.
Alright, folks, well, pretty much as we said, Barney and I do have our next games picked out for the gaming channel and everything. So, pretty much next time when we come back, I don't know, like, do you think now's the right time to, like, reveal?
Yeah, let's go ahead and reveal it, because, you know, we're gonna be, you know, prepared.
All right.
So yeah.
Alright, so pretty much, at least for Barney's end and everything, he did hinted that it was going to be another N64 game. He also hinted that Mario is coming back and such. And some of you might be wondering, like, wait, but didn't Super Mario 64 2 never happen and such? Like, well, yes, that's true. Pretty much that's not the Mario game we're talking about. Let's just say that pretty much the Mario game we're talking about was a very good idea on paper.
Well, if you guys get that hint.
Yes, it's Paper Mario for the original 64.
And it's not going to be your typical Let's Play. Oh, no.
No. Pretty much, alright, so pretty much Barney and I have made this commitment. It could change during the gameplay, but we have made this commitment. We are going to go for 100% on that game, we're gonna get every single star piece, every single item, every single battle
recipe.
partner, every single recipe, just every single everything that we can, until the game is 100% completed.
Yeah, so this might be our longest game on the channel.
Oh, I don't doubt it and such. And honestly, depending on like how long this game is going to be and everything, like no doubt that like the gameplay, no doubt that like the game I've chosen, which again is going to be Pokemon Red and everything. I have no doubt that like I'm probably going to be finishing off Pokemon Red long before we get finished off with Paper Mario and such.
Yeah, and also we're not going to get our hopes too high, but let's see if some special guests actually join us for the Let's Play. I doubt it, but we'll see.
We'll see. So pretty much if it does happen, it happens. But if it not...
if it doesn't happen, then it does't happen, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Because at the very least, like, you know... Because at the very least, like, you know... it'll still be just the two of us, like, you know... cracking jokes, having fun and everything. Just pretty much, like... just pretty much still giving you guys, like, you know, the entertainment that, like, you guys would like to see on this gaming channel.
Yeah, and yeah, you know, we're going to have some fun with Paper Mario when we come back next Sunday.
We are pretty much not. Alright, so pretty much it's gonna be the same thing as always. So pretty much, like you guys will be seeing Barney's gameplay of Paper Mario, and then pretty much a little later afterwards you'll be seeing my gameplay of Pokemon Red for pretty much the gaming channel as well too. And we're gonna be doing something a little different, seeing as how that both games are long. So instead of just like keeping the recording session going until we meet a certain goal, we're just gonna record a game somewhere between 30 minutes to an hour. That way, like. Pretty much that way, we don't have to worry about going out for a very long session. Just in case of, like, the goal that, like, me and Barney have in mind end up being, like, you know, a lot more longer than expected.
Yeah, and get ready for Paper Mario because we're in for a fucking adventure.
We are. We definitely are, man. So, alrighty, guys. This has been the Super Retro Gaming Brothers and everything saying thank you all so much for watching our projects on Mario 64 and everything. If you guys have enjoyed this project from beginning to end, make sure you hit that like button.
And if you guys want to see more games you want us to play, hit the subscribe button as well.
Speaking of games, don't forget, if you guys got any games you want me or Barney to try out real soon, you can also list them in the comments on YouTube and everything. And like I said, we still can't post links as of yet, but when you guys get the chance, make sure you check out mine and Barney's original co-op channel, Review Bros, where we review movie, TV shows, music, and books together. Which, pretty much, like, by the time we're recording this, and by the time this gets aired and everything, we have just finished Season 4, or at least, like, recording Season 4 of the Really Useful Podcast and such. So all we got left to do is just edit the episodes, and sooner or later, you'll be getting 2 seasons of the Really Useful Podcast coming up real soon.
And there might be a 5th one coming up real soon as well, but we'll see.
Yes. So, pretty much, as we said, this is Super Retro Brothers, actually the Super Retro Gaming Brothers, saying thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you all at our very next LP project, which again, will be Paper Mario for Bonnie, and Pokemon Red on my side. So, until then, take care everybody, and bye-bye.
Bye-bye!
Bye-bye!